Wait. Before you go, my child, there is something coming you need to know about. I can see what you cannot see. I stand at a place where your whole life is visible at once, the part behind you and the part still ahead. And from where I stand, I can tell you something that will change how you carry this very day. There is something good coming toward you. And by the end of this message, I am going to tell you what it is and why it has taken so long to arrive. I know that is hard to believe right now. You have been disappointed so many times that you have learned to stop expecting good news. You have protected your heart by hoping for nothing, because hoping has hurt too much. I understand why, but I am asking you, just for these few minutes, to let your guard down one more time, because what I have to tell you is worth the risk of hoping again. So stay with me. Do not let the world pull you back into the noise. This is between you and me, and what I am about to show you about your future will not wait. Take a slow breath, let your shoulders fall, and let me tell you what I see coming. But first, you need to understand why the wait has been so long. My child, you have wondered, in the hardest seasons, whether I had forgotten you. The prayers that seemed to go unanswered, the doors that stayed closed, the years that passed with the same struggle, the same waiting, the same ache for something to change. You began to believe, somewhere deep down, that maybe the good was just not coming. Maybe it was meant for others, but not for you. But hear me, the delay was never denial. A thing being slow to arrive is not the same as it never coming. I have not been ignoring your prayers all these years. I have been answering them in a way you could not see, on a timeline you did not choose, building towards something far better than the quick answer you begged for. The wait was not me withholding good from you. It was me preparing a good large enough to be worth the wait. Let me tell you what was happening in all those years you thought nothing was happening. You thought the waiting was wasted time. It was not. While you waited, I was working. I was changing things you could not see, moving pieces into place, preparing not only the blessing but you, so that you would be ready to receive it when it came. A blessing given too early can be lost, mishandled, taken for granted. So I waited until you were ready, until the soil of your heart was prepared, until the timing was perfect. None of the waiting was wasted. All of it was preparation for what is now almost here. You thought the closed doors meant rejection. They did not. Every door I closed to protect you, or to redirect you towards something better that you could not yet see. You grieved some of those closed doors. You did not understand them. But one day you will look back and thank me for the very doors that broke your heart when they shut, because they were keeping you from a lesser path and steering you toward the good that was always meant for you. Before I go on, I want to ask you something. If even one of these words has reached the part of you that has almost given up hope, if you can feel me speaking directly to your heart in this moment, then type the word Amen in the comments below. Let it be your way of saying, I am here, Lord, and I am willing to hope again, so that I know this message found the exact heart it was sent to reach. Do not rush past this. That one word is you, daring to believe that good is still possible. And I promise you, I see every single heart that dares. You came to this little stream of grace on the very day you needed it most. You did not stumble here. You were led, gently, by a hand you could not see. So stop holding your breath and let the water wash over the weary, waiting places that have longed for good news for so very long. Now, my child, let me tell you something about how I work, so you will recognize the good when it comes. I am a God of suddenly. For a long time, it can seem that nothing is moving. The wait stretches on, day after day, with no sign of change. And then, suddenly, in a single moment, everything turns. The thing you waited years for arrives in a day. This is how I have always worked. The long, slow, hidden preparation. And then the sudden breakthrough. So do not measure how close your good is by how slow things have been. The slowness is not the whole story. The sudden turn is coming, and it often comes precisely when the waiting has gone on longest, precisely when you are most tempted to give up. So here is what I need you to do. Hold the line just a little longer. The very fact that the wait has felt unbearable lately is often the surest sign that something is about to break open. For the darkness is always deepest in the final hour before the dawn breaks. Do not give up in the final stretch. So many of my children walk almost the entire distance and then quit in the last dark mile, never knowing how close they were to the dawn. The temptation to give up is always strongest right before the breakthrough, because the resistance grows fiercest the nearer you get to the good. Do not read that resistance as a sign to stop. Read it as a sign that you are close. The very heaviness you feel right now may be the last weight before the load lifts entirely. Let me also tell you to keep your eyes open, because the good I am bringing may not look the way you expected. I rarely deliver my blessings in the exact package people imagine. The answer often comes through an unexpected door, in an unexpected form, at an unexpected hour. If you only watch for the good to come the way you pictured it, you may miss it arriving in a way you did not picture. So keep your heart open and your eyes wide. Watch for me in the small things, the unexpected encounters, the doors that open where you were not looking. The good is coming, but it may come dressed in a disguise, and I want you to recognize it when it does. I know there are fears that fight against your hope, fears that whisper it is too late for good things now. The fear that at your age, the time for new blessings has passed. The fear that whatever good might have come, came already, or never will. My child, those fears are liars. There is no expiration date on my goodness toward you. I blessed the very old in ages past with things they had given up hoping for, and I have not changed. I am still the God who brings new joy to weathered hearts, new purpose to seasoned souls, new good to those the world has written off. Your age is no barrier to my blessing. If anything, it has prepared you to receive and treasure the good in ways the young never could. It is not too late. It is never too late. Not while you still draw breath, and perhaps not even then. And let me speak to the part of you that feels you do not deserve good things. After everything, after the mistakes and the failures and the wrong turns, you may quietly believe you have forfeited your right to blessing. That the good, if it comes, will come to others more deserving. My child, you have misunderstood the whole nature of my goodness. I do not give good things because they are earned. I give them because I am good and because I love you. Grace, by its very definition, is the good you could never deserve, given freely anyway. You do not have to earn the blessing coming toward you. You only have to be willing to receive it. Open your hands. Stop disqualifying yourself from a gift I have already decided to give. Let me tell you about the seeds you planted long ago and forgot. Across your life, you sowed things you never saw grow. A word of encouragement to a struggling soul. A kindness offered with no thought of return. A prayer prayed in secret over someone who never knew. A sacrifice made quietly, costing you something, witnessed by no one. You scattered these seeds across decades and then walked on, never seeing what became of them, often assuming they came to nothing. But seeds do not vanish, my child. They grow in their own season, hidden, patient, sure. And some of the good coming toward you now is the harvest of seeds you planted so long ago you have forgotten them entirely. The kindness you showed will circle back. The love you gave will return. What you sowed in tears, you will reap in joy. The God who keeps account of every seed is bringing in a harvest with your name on it, grown from a faithfulness you thought no one noticed. Oh, reach. There is something I want you to understand about the storms you have weathered, because they are connected to the good that is coming. You thought the hard seasons were only taking from you, but every storm you survived deposited something in you that the calm never could. Depth, endurance, a compassion that only suffering can teach, a faith that has been tested and held. The very trials you would never choose again were forging in you the strength to carry the good that is coming, because some blessings are so large, they can only be held by those who have been made strong enough to hold them. You were not just surviving those storms, my child. You were being prepared. The weight you can carry now, the wisdom you hold now, the steadiness that took a lifetime of weather to build, all of it was making you ready for what is ahead. Nothing you suffered was for nothing. It was all making you able. Let me speak to the discouragement that comes from watching others receive what you are still waiting for. You have seen people around you blessed while you waited. You have watched others receive the very thing you prayed for. and felt the quiet ache of being passed over. The question of why them and not me? Why now for them and not yet for me? My child, do not let another person's harvest convince you that yours is not coming. My goodness is not a limited supply that runs out when others are blessed. There is no shortage in my storehouse. Another's blessing takes nothing from yours. Your timing is your own, designed for you, perfectly fitted to your life and not theirs. What looks like delay is often my precision, ensuring that your good comes at the exact right moment, in the exact right way, for the exact right reason. Do not measure your harvest by someone else's calendar. Yours is coming, on time, in full, and it will be unmistakably, perfectly yours. And let me tell you what to do while you wait for the good to arrive. Do not waste the waiting in dread or despair. Use it. The waiting season is not empty time to be endured. It is fertile ground. While you wait, draw close to me. Let me deepen you, comfort you, prepare you. The person you are becoming in the waiting is part of the gift. Some of the most precious things I give my children are not the blessings themselves, but who they become while waiting for them. The patience you are learning, the trust you are building, the intimacy with me that only the waiting seasons forge. When the good finally comes, you will find that the waiting gave you something almost as precious as the blessing itself, a depth of soul and a nearness to me that the quick and easy road could never have produced. And let me speak to the simple, daily fears that make hoping feel dangerous. The worries about the body, about provision, about the people you love, about the days ahead. I know these are not abstract to you. They are the real weight of real life in this season. So hear me plainly. I have never once failed to provide for you, and I will not begin now. Look back over your whole life. You feared you would not make it through, and you did. You feared the need would not be met, and somehow it was. You feared the night would not end, and the morning came. The God who carried you through every yesterday is the same God standing in your tomorrow, and He does not run out, and He does not grow tired, and He does not abandon the work of His hands halfway. The good coming toward you is not only the big breakthrough, it is also the daily mercy, the quiet provision, the strength measured out morning by morning, for exactly the day you are in. You will not lack. You have never truly lacked. And you will not start now. Not while I am your God. And I will be your God to the very end and beyond it. And now, my child, the good I see coming toward you, the thing I promised to tell you, here it is. By the end of this season, you will understand why. That is the good that is coming. Not just a blessing, but understanding. The day is coming when you will look back over all of it, the waiting, the closed doors, the years that felt wasted, the prayers that seemed unanswered, and suddenly, it will all make sense. You will see how every piece fit. You will see what I was building. You will see that nothing was wasted, that nothing was random, that every hard thing was a thread in a tapestry too large for you to see while you were inside it. And in that moment of understanding, the pain of the waiting will be swallowed up by the beauty of the reason. That understanding is coming, the day when the why is finally answered, and alongside it, the good itself, the thing your heart has waited for, arriving at last in my perfect time. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You have been kept and prepared and loved, all the way to a good ending that is closer now than it has ever been. So carry this with you when you leave this quiet place, my child. When you are tempted to stop hoping, you remember this. There is good coming, and the delay was never denial. When you want to give up in the final stretch, you remember this. The resistance is fiercest right before the breakthrough, which means you are close. When you feel you do not deserve good things, you remember this. Grace is the good you could never earn, given freely anyway, and it has your name on it. Something good is coming toward you, and by the end of the season, you will understand why it all happened the way it did. Hold on, my child. You are nearer to the dawn than you have ever been. Before you go, close your eyes for just a moment. Breathe in slowly, and receive the hope I am giving you now. The hope that dares to believe good is still coming. Breathe out the years of disappointment, the fear that it is too late, The belief that the good is meant for others and not for you. Hand it all to me. The good is coming, and it has your name on it. If this message reached your heart today, type Amen below so I know it found you. And come back tomorrow, my child. I will have a new message waiting for you here, every single day. Do not miss the next thing I am longing to tell you. And when you wake tomorrow, wake with expectation, not dread. Today could be the day the long wait turns. The good has been traveling toward you for a long time, and no one ever knows which ordinary morning will be the one it finally arrives. Live ready, my child. Your dawn is on its way. Until then, rest. Hold on. The good is coming, and you are closer than you think. You are loved. You are kept. You are mine.